Hi there, it's Carl here from Clean My Carpet, cleanmycurtains.ie. We are on site in Balbriggan in North County Dublin today. We've been here for, I think 6.5 hours thereabouts doing some curtain cleaning in the drawing room of Hampton House in Balbriggan, stroke Skerries. So as I say, we've been here for about 6.5 hours. We have very large, I'm 6 foot, so 12-13 foot high curtains. And they are a polyester curtain with a synthetic lining and a linen back, basically. So in terms of technical know-how, no solvents, or if solvents are being applied, very little and indirectly, so that they can be rinsed immediately out. About 3 hours into the clean, it became apparent that we had a soot problem with the upper levels, because there's an open fire in the room. So we needed to basically adapt the method. We would ordinarily do a low moisture method where we would indirectly mitt after thorough vacuuming for curtains like these. We'd indirectly mitt after thorough vacuuming and then towel dry. Basically removing about 95% of any soiling that's going to be in curtains and a little bit more, and we'll give a final wipe down and so that, leaving pretty much spotless curtains. One of the big things about curtain cleaning is allergy removal, and our HEPA filter vacuums will do that. They will remove dust and allergens, so they will immediately improve the air quality in the room. People kind of don't really think about that aspect of it, but it will immediately improve the air quality in the room, because you've got dusty curtains, you've got people coming in and out of the room and drawing them and closing them. You're going to put dust into the air and you're in the room, you're occupying it, you're going to see your eyes getting a little bit irritated and your nasal passages and that as well. So the products that we use on curtains are completely eco-friendly. They're organic and in actual fact will have broken down and be completely inert within 6 hours. These are dry, so it's actually inert now. They're a colloid cleaner, which I won't go into now because we'd be a while. So we came in, basically, we started with the big drop in the window over here and worked our way back in through the room. This single drop took about 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, and that's 2 of us, so 4 hours of work. And that will involve in or around 2 hours of vacuuming, maybe a little bit more vacuuming to remove all of that dry soil, vacuuming the front and back, getting up onto the pelmets and swags. And I'll just put the ladder and give an example. We have very big pelmets and swags in the room, because we have very big curtains, and they didn't have the pelmets and swags attached. The curtains would essentially just look a little bit too long and pencil-like, and would look a little bit silly in the room. So they have swags and pelmets on them. These new trims have just been put on. There was a smaller one, and the owner has an interior designer in the house who's picked a really good fringe to go on the curtain to contrast really well with the lovely reds and golds. We've got a little bit of purple and that kind of stuff in the curtain itself. So as I said, it's a polyester fabric. So you're not really going to risk shrinking curtains with a water extraction when they're polyester. However, there's a backing in these where if that was gotten wet, that would shrink permanently. Now we have heard tell of professional companies in Dublin who are quoting and performing carpet cleaning who have shrank curtains by up to 15%. Now with a drop of curtains this size, a 15% drop is going to be in or around a foot off the ground. So you get these curtains shrank, they're going to literally come up about a foot off the ground, and that's going to pretty much shrink all the way across, and it's going to be uneven and it'll bunch. So with our method, we've employed 2 methods here. We did the indirect method where we mitt our colloid cleaner on, and then we realised because of the soot issue we need to actually steam extract or steam clean, hot water extract the upper parts of the curtain. Now I did a video just to demonstrate how that tool works and how it controls moisture so that you eliminate the risk of actually causing any damage to the curtain. Now putting a lot of water on these curtains is perfectly fine. Well, pulling a lot of water and immediately extracting all of it out is perfectly fine because of the type of fabric. If these were a silk or a cotton, or a linen, if you put a lot of moisture on them, you're going to get a lot of shrinking because the organic fibres will absorb 50% of their weight in water. It's like when you put a pair of jeans in the washing machine. You put them on after they've been washed, they're really tight on you. So if you put a lot of moisture into an organic fibre, you could essentially ruin the curtain. with the synthetic fibre as well, there's no risk of dye bleed because of the way they're manufactured. They're actually dyed in a specific manner where the plastic or the polyester is actually dyed in a long string. It's manufactured with the colour in it. So there's not actually dye in it, it's manufactured with the colour in it. So the fibre is actually that colour, it hasn't been dyed that colour, so you're not going to get any dye bleed. However, you might get a little bit of shrinking on fringes and stuff. So again, back to the sapphire tool that we used on the curtains, very strict moisture control, and a lot of technical know-how to be able to do that sort of stuff. Because if you came in and did that with the wrong fibre, you'd absolutely ruin something that's quite expensive. We're talking high five figures for curtains like these. So that's pretty much it. Carl here from CleanMyCarpet.ie, outside in Balbriggan, doing curtains in the drawing room. Beautiful house out here. If you would like to ask any questions or indeed get us to call out and have a look at some of your curtains, please feel free to use the numbers on the website or email info@cleanmycarpet or info@cleanmycurtains.ie. Thank you for watching the video.